feel like we have to always be in kids' faces, either in small group, either in conferencing, and it's just always kids, 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 kids. And it's like you feel like you can't take a break or you can't take a breather for 2 minutes because your principal will walk in and hey guys, so you clicked on this video, I know, because you have difficulties and issues with the overflowing of paperwork. The paperwork. I get it because I've been there, I've done that, and I think I have a solution for you. So keep watching. All right, guys. And we are here to talk about organization for your paperwork. I get so many emails about how do I organize my paperwork. One thing that I truly believe that has helped me when it comes to organizing my paperwork as a teacher is not having a teacher desk. In years past, I'll be going on year 2. This will be year 2 of no teacher desk. Last year was my first year of not having a teacher desk, and I absolutely loved it. It was just unnecessary. At my campus, and I'm assuming at most campuses nowadays, teachers don't have the big clunky desktop. You know, you have your own personal laptop that travels with you wherever you go, and then I have my own personal laptop. So there's really no purpose for me to have a desk that just basically basically for me, what my desk was back in the day was a place to accessorize all my cute little things, gifts given from kiddos, things that I've purchased myself, and my little family photos, and then piles of papers. There's just a pile here, and then to make myself feel better, I would combine the piles so it just looks like one big pile of junk. But I do believe getting rid of your teacher desk helps tremendously because I would say about 95% of the time, I wasn't even at my desk. I'm always, you're either in a small group, you're either walking around, or you're either teaching. Like I very rarely found myself at my desk until the end of the day, and by the end of the day, I'm ready to go home. So that fixed part of my problem too. Then I discovered that I was going to use binders for any and everything that I possibly needed to use binders for. So I use binders, and this is just an example. It says Miss May's small group math binder. So, and then I make sure that I have the names on the spine too as well, so that it's easy access for me when I have to locate it. Binders for me have been the ticket. And I find that it stores any paperwork that you have. Like I literally have a binder for everything that you could possibly feel like you need for paperwork. Every one of my students has a binder of their own, and I'll explain that to you in a second. I have a small group math binder. I have a small group guided reading binder. I have meeting notes binders, you know, for all the different types of committees or groups that I'm part of. I have a binder for that. I just feel like it's important that you have a binder for every single thing. If I go into a staff meeting and my principals are passing out information that we need for the year, that need to be in a safe place for the year to refer back to, you know, I get that paper, I hole punch it, it goes in a binder, and I take and the thing of it is that when you have systems, you have to use them. You have to be efficient with them. And I find when you use them and you're efficient with them, they work. Now, when I come from a meeting, let's just say most of our meetings are always in the morning when we have them. And so the bell could ring and students are coming. And instead of me getting all in a tizzy and a rush, and you know, I take the minute to go hole punch what I need to hole punch, put it in my binder, and put it back. And then when I have these binders all set up, I put them in alphabetical order, because then that makes it easy for me to access the binder that I need. Instead of running through trying to figure out what's this, they're all in alpha order. So I also put them in alphabetical order so they're easy to grab as well. Now, I'm not going to say every single day, every single time it's always like that, because you do. You have your moments, you have your days, you have your times where life just gets complicated and frustrating, and it happens. But for the most part, I take the time to put a binder, set up a binder for pretty much any and everything that I possibly need. And I just find that the papers are in there, the binder's put away, and it's neat and it's clean. So this is my small group math binder. So before school starts, what I plan to do is do a video on what I put in my math small group binder. I always make sure I have a calendar in front of when, like, I meet with groups and how often and what we do and all that good stuff. I make sure I have a calendar in these small group binders. I have a writing binder, so when I do writing conferences with my kids and I do a kid watching sheet, when I'm done with that sheet, I can put it in my writing binder just to refer back to later on. So I have a small group. So I wanted to show you this in black. You know, you can use pretty much any binder that you want. This is my guided reading binder. Hold on, y'all. I think that light, there we go. This is my guided reading binder. And again, you know, you have your spine. And then I always like to have a back cover too. So guided reading binder, so you can use white. You can use, I mean, any binder you want, you can use to store information. This is my guided reading binder. I will do a video on what I do for guided reading too. This is old stuff from this past school year. Y'all, when I tell you I haven't really done anything for school, I've done nothing for school. No, come July, I'm gonna have to get to it. But so I'm just gonna show you, for example, and then there's the spine. So then if you have them in alphabetical order, you have easy access to it. And then the more you grab binders, you kind of just know where the one is that you always, you know, I mean, for me, that's how it ends up being. You know, I keep on grabbing it and putting it in the same spot. It becomes a routine and a habit, a good organizing habit. So I highly suggest binders, any and everything that you can think of. And I'm not saying just buy binders just to buy them and then you get it set up and then you don't use it. The thing of it is, you have to use the system. You have to try it out. You have to use it. If you don't use it, then it's not going to work. You can't say, well, it doesn't work. Well, did you really give it a good try? Did you really give it a good 30 days of just consistently trying to implement the system? And, you know, here's the thing too. Like, you have to take the time to put the papers away. You have to take the time to put them away. I feel like as teachers, and I'm gonna be real, I feel like I feel like we have to always be in kids' faces, either in small group, either in conferencing, and it's just always kids. And it's like you feel like you can't take a break or you can't take a breather for 2 minutes because your principal will walk in and, oh my gosh, if you're not in a small group or if you're not walking around conferencing, you know, you're gonna be in trouble. Like, I just feel like us teachers, you need to take the time out to stop and get yourself together for a couple minutes and then regroup and get back to what you are doing. And so I take the time to, if I get papers, I take the time to hole punch them, put them in my binder, and keep it moving. Or if I'm in small group, you know, whatever group I'm meeting with, I take the time to put the papers away that I've been using to move on to the next group. You have to take the time to do it. I'm not saying spend an hour sitting at your table or your desk organizing all your paperwork and then start working. I'm not saying that at all, but I am saying give yourself, you know, 2 to 3 minutes, 5 minutes to just get yourself together, because nobody wants to stay after school organizing your tables. Nobody wants to take all that home and put it in your bag. And, oh, guys, I can remember having bags. I used to have this, you know, those big, large, reusable bags. I remember, and I think it was a TJ Maxx one, and I would just stuff all my paperwork that was piled on my desk. I would take all of it and I would put it all in that bag, take it home. Sometimes I would go over it, and sometimes it would stay at my door or not even move out of the car. But there would be times where I'm sitting here organizing paperwork, and I'm sitting here thinking half of this stuff could have been thrown away or half of this stuff could have been put somewhere you know, because I feel like everything should have a home. Every piece of paper should have a home. And if I just would have back in the day took the time to just say, you know what, I'm gonna take myself a few minutes and I'm going to just put this away how it should be. So that's my biggest tip to you, is make sure if you start this system with the binder system, make sure you take the time to say, you know what, I'm gonna hole punch and I'm gonna put this away. Put the paperwork away. If you don't have a binder for certain things that you're getting a lot of paperwork from, create a binder for it. Create it. And hopefully that eliminates the paper clutter, and you know, it helps with your mind. And then when you have those binders all set up, put them in alphabetical order, so then that way, boom, you can grab what you need to grab. And it's the same with your kid binders. Put them in alphabetical order so it's quick access, because the more you grab and put away, take and put away, you know, the more your mind is programmed to, okay, I know where so-and-so's binder is, or I know where this binder is. Okay, boom, it goes back here. You know, and it starts moving fast for you, and it becomes very efficient for you. So I think of everything that I need for me personally as a teacher, what I would need a binder for. Then every single kiddo in my classroom has a binder as well. Now, I know some people might be thinking, my goodness, that's a lot of binders. That's going to cost me a lot of money. Let me tell you something. Make sure you pay close attention to Office Depot when they have their sales, Target, the dollar store, and Walmart. Those are some really good places where you can find binders and get them for a good cheap discount. And so every kid gets a binder. And then I will say that my school does provide binders too, so I get some of my binders from them that I still need. Okay, y'all, hold up. I have to fix this. Hold on, I'll be right back. Okay, I was just feeling like that was just a little too bright. All right, that was just a little too bright. Let me see. Okay, that's better, but. Okay, there we go. So every kiddo in my class gets a binder. So this says Alton's Fabulous Binder. And this is the school year. And then I put a little quote here. It says, children are a gift from the Lord. They are a reward from him. Psalm 127:3. So I have a front cover and I have a back cover. And then on the spine, I have their name and then a little melon head that I put there. You know, I'm sorry for this lighting though, okay? A little melon head that I put there. And then again, these are all lined up. And I put them in alphabetical order because it gives me easy access to it, to a kid's binder. Now, for every kid that gets a binder, inside there's this little pocket folder thing. So with the pocket folder thing like this inside, the front, I always put information that is just truly important that I probably need to know about. Information that, just anything that I get from a parent that personally I need to know. And then I also put their information sheet, their student information sheet that has like their family addresses, phone numbers, all that good stuff. And that stays in here too, because sometimes there may be a time where I just need to call a parent and I just want to grab that kid's binder, open it up, and then I have all my information in here about that child and phone number here as well. Now, what I put inside every kid's binder is pretty much the same. The front portion of the binder, I always put their reading and language arts type of stuff. And then in the back, I always put behind the blue tab, or whatever color, because these come in a package, multicolor. And then on the back is usually all of their math information. Our kids do testing at the beginning, the middle, and at the end of the year. I house all that information in this binder. I would kind of say it's like a portfolio. I feel like it's very good to have something like this for every single student. Notes that I take on a kiddo, because you just never know when you'll be called and they'll say, hey, we need information on such and such. Well, I'm gonna grab that kid's binder. Everything is in here you need to see or look at. I have found keeping documentation is so crucial. The more I've gotten into my career, documentation is key. And I think, like, even when you call a parent or you meet with a parent and they're concerned about their child, all you have to do is take out their binder, the kid's binder, and talk to them about whatever information you've taken on those kiddos. And it's just easy access. I just find, and it keeps paperwork away. I love binders. I do. I really do. I find binders are very good. With that said, I hope that answers your questions about how do I store the paperwork, because the paperwork can be so consuming and so overwhelming. One, if you can, get rid of your teacher desk. Like, to me, that is just clutter heaven for papers. Our group table doesn't get cluttered because, for one, when I'm meeting with kids, I don't want papers all around them, crowding them, you know, getting them all flustered. Like, I want a nice clean space for them when they come and meet with me. I have these in my Teachers Pay Teacher store, and they're edible, so you can change them up however you want to. That's what works for me, guys. So hopefully you can try that out. Get rid of that teacher desk. You don't need that teacher desk. I know some probably would disagree or feel like, Miss Faye, I can't get rid of it. And I understand, because I was there too. I was like, oh, I just feel comfortable with my teacher desk, but I really don't need a teacher desk. That's just an extra big clunky space that I don't need. So anyway, I have to go to Starbucks and have me some coffee, edit this video, work on some Teachers Pay Teacher stuff, and then I'm going to Walmart grocery to pick up my groceries. I absolutely love Walmart grocery. Y'all, that is like the best, that's like one of the best things ever. Order your groceries online, pull up, and they deliver them to your car. Like a dream. So nice. So I gotta do that today. And then not sure what else I'm gonna do. My niece and nephews are out of town having fun, which I'm so thankful for. And by the way, they have a YouTube channel now. They are called the May Kids TV. So if you have kids that like watching other kids on YouTube, they can check them out. They just got started on their channel. Until next time, stay prayerful and thankful, and don't forget to always pray, because you know God will truly, truly always make a way. I love you guys so much. Happy organizing and happy tackling that paperwork. Love you guys. Bye.